Welcome to part 53 of the Kicho Wong Dong series. In this episode, we're looking at the Day Dui Friggy Chaggy, also known as the jump back spinning hook kick, sometimes known as the jump wheel kick. And this has been a very requested video. I have left it so late as it is a very difficult technique indeed. And in order to perform it, you obviously need down your hook kick, spinning hook kick, and jump back spinning inside to outside kick, which I have tutorials for that you should make sure that you have watched and you can do first. So to set up with the warm-up, I would say a good level of flexibility is needed. I have a link to a hip and hamstring stretching video below, but basically out of all the jump kicks we've done so far, this one requires the most flexibility, and specifically flexibility in hip mobility. You will find it very difficult if your hips are stiff, and you also need to have good experience of jumping with what we call day or pop kicks. So again, that explosive energy in your legs. And again, I can link below to a warm-up that has some explosive drills to help you warm up. With that being said, we're going to get on to the main technique. You should definitely warm up first with some hook kicks, some spinning hook kicks, some roundhouses, anything to warm up those hip joints. And then you're going to do pretty much the same drills you did for the jump back spinning inside to outside kick. There are some rules. First of all, you need to be able to stand on a line, jump backwards and perform a 360 degree jump in a full circle, land back to where you are. And the way you do this is you keep your head up. You can use your elbows and arms to rotate your waist, jump up and try and get as much air time as you can to jump round and land. And do that on both sides so you don't get dizzy, and then try and lift the knees. So all this is the same as the jump back spinning inside to outside, no difference there. The difference is between the in to out and the hook kick is now you're going to turn your hips over. So a lot of people think you have to lean on this kick, but that's not true at all. You can keep your head up, and the way to do it is to take Bruce Lee's favorite line, dragon whips his tail, meaning that you are the dragon and you will concentrate on spinning, and the kick is merely your tail and it comes with you for the ride. So again, I know this feels very strange, but I want you to start with jumping and performing a very low hook kick aimed at like knee level, and just see if you can still do that 360 degree jump, but your hook kick comes with you. And then all you do is you eventually increase that height to a level that's high for you without you losing your form, and you can still jump and return to the same spot. One thing that helps people to get started into the kick is two methods. One, by bouncing a few times before you jump, and the other one is stepping into the kick before you throw it. These are fine for learning, but the idea is to get away from them eventually. There is something that I do with all my pop kicks that I recommend you do as well to get more air time. If you're watching the video here, my non-kicking leg is down, dangling, and even though I'm trying to jump quite high, it looks like I'm not leaving the floor at all. Now watch the version with me kicking my butt, which we've covered in other videos, like the pop snap kick and the pop roundhouse, and you can see that I kick my butt and the airtime difference is very noticeable. And that is it for the kick itself. It's easier said than done. You just need to practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some common mistakes so that you don't do those as you train. The first one is not setting a focus point. So again, always handy to have someone holding a paddle for you to look, or if you've got a bob or something soft to kick against, don't kick against a hard wave rider, but to look at something, spin and turn, so you don't do that leaning, looking at the floor. And my instructor always said, look up to jump up, look slightly higher than you're about to kick, jump and perform the kick. As well as leaning the head, another common mistake is stepping the back leg in closer before you spin, so you half turn. This will telegraph your movement and totally stop the surprise of the kick. Try and have your feet wide and bend them slightly before you jump, but no half step before the jump kick. The second common mistake is people trying to kick from the floor and not jumping first. So again, I'll show you this in slow motion. You are jumping first, and then at the height of your kick, you're then extending the leg run. A lot of people kick from the floor, and sometimes their leg is straight, and sometimes they don't rotate their hips enough, and therefore they can't do the kick effectively because your legs are heavy. So jump first, and again, dragon whips his tail. And the third common mistake is trying to do the kick halfway, meaning you turn your body 180 degrees, but then you stop in the air. And what happens is this has killed all the momentum of your kick. So again, go back to the 360-degree jump that we did. I'm trying to return that kick all the way back to where I started. If I kick out and just leave the leg forward, it looks odd. You can kick effectively like this, and you can kick like this, but it will not feel great. It will feel awkward. It will feel like you're killing your momentum. So in order to keep the momentum of the kick, you must turn your hips and keep turning your hips after the contact of the kick, so the momentum does not stop. Once you feel you have the technique down, it's always important to test it. And again, what other way but actually hitting something? Again, you can have someone hold a paddle, that's probably best, and go higher and higher and higher and higher. Don't lose form. Or like I'm doing, you can kick a bob head, but don't kick a wave rider because you won't be able to take the kick through. The kick must go through. So paddle, bob, yes. Wave rider, shield, no. And then the next test is being able to do it on both sides. This is something that took me a very, very long time. With this kick, you will have a favorite side. My favorite side, as you can see, is my right, and my left still does not feel as good as my right. I can do it, kick looks fine, but it doesn't feel as good as my right. But this is why it's always important to film yourself so you can get an objective view of what you're doing. And again, even if it's 50% of your right side, it's still going to be very good and obviously help out with your basic kick. And then the final test is to put it into a combination so it can be effective. This combination will help you to alleviate the stepping in before you kick motion that I mentioned earlier in the common mistakes. You would never do this kick naked, so a good way is to do it in a combo. So roundhouse jump back spin and hook kick is a great kick because then you'll be on the other side to do it on the other side. And if you can land all 4 kicks, round, jump, hook, round, jump back spin and hook, this is obviously a very explosive drill and will help you to build up the stamina and strength to perform the technique. Thank you very much for watching this video on the jump back spin and hook kick. It is a very difficult technique and you will not get it by just watching this video once. You need to go away and train and come back to it, and it can take years, but this has always been for me the wonder of martial arts, that things don't happen straight away. You need to really put in your time and effort and really go back and assess yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been asked for a while, and please let me know in the comments below what techniques I've missed out and what you'd like to see in the future. Thanks.